Welcome back to my channel and a very special welcome if you're new here. My name is Jen and this is Jen Clayton Beauty. We do everything beauty and makeup, and that includes testing new makeup. All of the makeup that I receive in beauty subscription boxes, I do pay for all of the subscription boxes that I unbox with you here every single month. I set all that makeup aside for testing new makeup. Anything I purchase randomly throughout the month, we'll throw into these videos. And today I have a huge testing new makeup. I have been moving, as you can see, I'm in a new environment. So I have allowed my makeup to kind of build up. So we're gonna have a lot of testing new makeup videos coming your way over the next couple of months. And today, like I said, is a huge one. So if you're excited, give this video a big thumbs up. Subscribe if you're not, turn your bell on because I upload lots and lots of new videos every single week. Down in the description box, I will link all of the makeup products that I'm using, direct links to purchase them, any discount information. I really appreciate you using my links. It really does help support my channel. I'll also have all of my favorite beauty subscription boxes, since that's where a lot of this makeup came from. All of the other makeup that I'm wearing today, and honestly, we're doing mainly a full face of makeup today, will be linked down below for you, as well as come follow me on TikTok for more beauty and makeup. So first, let's talk about everything we're testing out, then I'll zoom you in and we'll get started. Nine new makeup products to test out today. So first up, I think that's the most we've done in one single video. So I'm really excited for this. First, I have the new Makeup Saver Sponge from Real Techniques. When this was released, I talked about it in my new makeup releases and said that I wanted to pick it up. Well, I never did. And then it appeared in a subscription box. Now, since I just moved, since all of this is a whirlwind, I don't know exactly what subscription box some of these came from. I think this one was actually in Trend Mood, in my Trend Mood box, but I cannot wait to try this out. And then I also have a brush, and this is from Moon Slice Beauty, and this was in my Ice Cream Beauty box for the month of February, I believe. How cute is this? This is a nice packing brush for foundation. So I think that's what I'm going to use this brush for today. I believe this came in my Trend Mood as well. This is from Glow Recipe. This is the Plum Plump Hyaluronic Gloss Balm. So this is a lip balm, and I also have a second lip balm, and this is from Poppy and Pout. This, I believe, came in my Ice Cream Beauty box. We're gonna try both of these lip balms out today. This I also think came in Trend Mood, and this is a little sample of the Sephora Size Up Mascara. I've actually never tried this mascara. It comes in a little tube, so we'll use that. I also have the Danessa Myricks Yummy Skin Low Lighter in the shade Low Key. I don't even know what this is, because like I said, it's been a minute since I've unboxed these things. This might be a cream highlighter. I think it's a cream highlighter, but we're gonna try this out. I also think this came in Trend Mood. From Smashbox, I have the Hot Sticks Blush Stick, and this is in the shade Ultraviolet, so it's this really fun purple shade. I'm so excited to try this. Smashbox is not a brand that I love, but I love that this is a purple cream blush. So much fun. Speaking of Smashbox, I also have the Photo Finish Primer. This is a Smashbox staple. I'm going to use this, so we'll use this as our primer today. And then last but not least, for eyeshadow, I have the Moira Like a Melody palette. Now I'm excited for this, especially because I have the Smashbox Purple Cream Blush. This is just a really fun kind of pinky yet neutral with the pop of purple palette. We'll swatch this together and we'll use this as today's eyeshadow palette. Wow, we have a lot to test out, so let's get started. Let me go ahead and wipe the little bit of lip balm that I have on my lips off. I actually just came back from working out, and we're gonna put on this Poppy and Pout lip balm. I actually, in my video when I unboxed this, I think it was Ice Cream Beauty, somebody commented and said this is one of their favorite lip balms. So I'm actually really excited to try this out. It smells like honey, like a fresh, yummy honey. Ooh, that tastes really good. It tastes really good. It smells really good. Feels nice on the lips. Doesn't really add any shine or anything. Just feels hydrating on the lips. So I'm going to leave this on for a while, and then we'll test out the Glow Recipe one as well. So for primer, we're using the Smashbox, the original Photo Finish Primer. I think this is supposed to be a pore filling, more mattifying primer. I typically prefer a glowy luminous primer, but we're gonna try this out since I have it. And I'm pretty sure both of these Smashbox products came in Trend Mood. All right, let's put this on. Ooh, it's definitely like a serum like consistency. It feels good though. It feels very hydrating, very silky on the skin. It says the original blur. Get more from any foundation with the original blurring skin perfecting primer. The clear cushiony gel. Yeah, it's like a gel consistency. Instantly melts into the skin to erase pores and smooth out lines and uneven texture. With a soft I cannot say that word, focus finish, it helps makeup apply easily, stay fresh, and last longer. So it says that this is for all skin types. So I'm excited about it. Like I said, Smashbox is not my favorite brand, but I'm not gonna lie, this feels really nice on the skin. I can't tell you about whether or not it really blurs and fills in pores. I don't have bossy pores, but I will say that it feels good. It actually gave me a little bit of a glow to my skin. For foundation today, I'm going to be using my e.l.f. Soft Glam Foundation. This is one of my all-time favorite foundations. I really like this. And with foundation, I always go in with a brush first. That'll give me the most coverage. And then I'll go in with a beauty sponge to pick up any excess product, get rid of any brush strokes, and really just give me that flawless base. So we're gonna try out this Moonslice Beauty brush, and I'm going to tap my foundation in. Tap, don't swipe. That's what's really going to give you a nice, even, full coverage. This brush from Moonslice Beauty feels really nice. It's not as dense. It's not as dense as the foundation brush that I typically use, which is the BK Beauty. So it's a little harder to bounce it into the skin, but it might be better served for cream blush or cream bronzer. Placing my foundation really nicely. And then with this Real Techniques Makeup Saver Sponge, are you supposed to get this wet? I usually always get my beauty sponge wet. It says absorbs 90% less makeup over 30 days. The sponge bounce you love in a shape that reaches a larger targeted area. Easy to clean, simply wipe the film side with a damp cloth after each use. All right, let's try this out. I'm not going to get it wet then. If we're not, it doesn't say anything about that. That feels so weird. Look at that. It's like a plasticky kind of rubbery consistency. It feels weird, but it's also really blending out my foundation really nicely. And like I said, just picking up any excess product from using a brush. Okay, Real Techniques. This is actually quite interesting. I am going to get it wet next time and try it out wet, but as a dry sponge, it actually picked up all the excess product. My skin looks really, really good. This foundation from e.l.f. is one of my favorites, and it's super, super, super affordable. This will be linked down below with, like I said, all of the other makeup we're using today. Let me go ahead and do concealer, set my under eyes, and we'll test out this Danessa Myricks yummy glowy thing, and then we're gonna do the Smashbox blush. So we're gonna test out this Smashbox rated, this SPX rated Hot Sticks blush stick in ultraviolet. I apologize in advance if you hear construction. They are working on our landscaping of our new house, so they are out there putting in pavers, hammering on the ground, so I apologize in advance if you can hear that. Here is what the Hot Sticks looks like. Like I said, this is such a fun purple color. I'm actually really excited for this. I did not do any cream bronzer. I'm just gonna go in with powder bronzer. So let me dab this on my cheeks. Woo, she's fun. She's purple. And then with my blush brush, I use a dense kabuki style brush. I'm going to blend that out. I will often also go in with a beauty sponge with my cream products and pick up any excess. Okay, this is really pretty. This is even prettier than I thought that it would be. I like that it has the tiniest bit of a pink base, even though it's definitely purple, which I love. It does have a little bit of a pink just so that it's not so in your face purple, especially if you're intimidated by some of these more interesting colored cream products, cream blushes. Okay, that blended out really, really nicely. Let me go again in with my beauty sponge, pick up any excess products. Looking good though. It's looking really, really good. I really, really like that color. And then for this Danessa Myricks Yummy Skin Low Lighter, it says that you can put this on your cheeks, your lips, your eyes. And it sounds like it's kind of a glowy product. So I'm going to use this as basically a blush topper cream highlighter. So it says to use your finger. And here's what it looks like. Oh, it's actually really, really pretty. And I'm just going to tap that on top of my blush. Ooh, yeah, that's really pretty. That to me is definitely a blush topper or even a cream highlighter. Oh, that's pretty though. Wow, that's pretty. I'm gonna even put a bit on my nose here. So this is definitely a little bit more subtle of a cream highlighter, and you know I love a scene from space, but I do actually like this. It's very natural, just a very glowy, it gives you just a glowy skin moment. I'm really interested to see how the cream blush from Smashbox and the lowlighter set under powder. I'm currently using the Glam Light Translucent Setting Powder. Let me do my powder bronzer, powder blush, my brows. I'll be back and we will put on the Glow Recipe lip product. So far this one is feeling really nice, and then we'll get started on our eye look. I just quickly want to show you, I've set my face with my powder and you can still see the blush. The blush looks amazing, and that Danessa Myricks product is actually really pretty. You can still see that little glow to my skin. Again, it's perfect if you like a little bit more subtleness. I went ahead and set all my makeup with the LYS Natural Finish Setting Spray, wiped off my lips, and let's use this Glow Recipe product. I believe I've used this in the past and really enjoyed it. I actually love anything Glow Recipe. And this is more of a gel-like consistency. It reminds me more of what you would use as an overnight mask. It feels amazing on the lips. This is, in my opinion, more hydrating. Gave my lips a little bit of a glow. I went ahead and primed my eyes with my MAC Paint Pot and Painterly. Let's test out the Moira Beauty Like a Melody palette. I am going to go ahead and swatch this really quick for you. So here are the mattes. The mattes actually swatched really, really nicely. This light pink is a bit on the powdery side, so I definitely want to use that. But I feel like the rest of them swatched really, really nice. And then there's 3 shimmers in the palette. They also swatched really beautifully. This one here is a little bit more of a matte with a shimmer. I would still call it a shimmer though, but it had a little bit more of a matte-like consistency. But I am going to pick up that light pink shade. The one I said was a little bit powdery. It's called Lullaby, and I'm going to use that as my transition. So I'm going to set my lid, set my crease. I'm even going to pull that a little bit above my crease. Actually really, really pretty. It's definitely a little more pigmented than I thought, and it's going on really nicely. It's not as powdery once you apply it to the eyes. It's actually the perfect transition shade just to set down the eye primer and get ready to apply some deeper, darker shadows. So next I'm going to pick up Soulful, which is this really fun, bright, pinky purple. I really, really like that color, and I'm actually going to put that into my crease just to deepen up my crease. I'm going to pull that a little bit above, but I still want to see Lullaby poking out. And I will say that was one tap into that shade, and look at that color payoff. Wow, that's great. That is absolutely insane. Very, 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 very pigmented. And then back into that light shade Lullaby that we used as a transition. I'm actually going to use that to diffuse this out a little bit. Like I said, I'm very impressed with how pigmented that is. It was one tiny, tiny, tiny tap into that shade. Then with an angled brush, I'm going into that deep dark purple called Shuffle, and I'm going to just kind of pack that. Oh my goodness, these are pigmented. I have heard amazing things about Moira Cosmetics, and she is not disappointing. I'm going to just pack that, like I said, into that outer corner to deepen up my look. One more time into Lullaby, and I'm going to just blend and diffuse. I'm just blown away by the pigmentation. It's insane. As always, a little bit of NYX glitter glue on the lid before we go in with some shimmers. As always, we're going to do one shimmer with a finger and one with a brush. We have 3 to choose from, 2 purple, and then this really kind of fun taupey pinky shade. I definitely want to use that. I'll go ahead and start with Melody, which is that kind of deep dark pinky purple, and I'm going to place that on the outer about 3/4 of my lid with my finger. I typically get the best application with a finger, but again, that just kind of depends on the shimmers. That's really pretty. It is not the most sparkly, foiled shimmer. It's definitely shimmery, but it's not an indie shimmer. And I guess those are my favorite when they're really sparkly, really, really foiled. But this is still a very, very beautiful shimmer. Then with the brush, I'm picking up Modern Melodies. That's that kind of pinky, taupey shimmer. And I'm going to place that on the inner corner. Ooh, yeah, that's really beautiful. Bring that over to meet the purple shimmer. Just to brighten it up, brighten up that inner corner. This shade is so pretty. I knew this was going to be pretty. It would also be amazing as an inner corner highlight. We may actually use it on the inner corner. Yeah, let's do that. Let's just pop a little extra as our inner corner highlight. And then for the lower lash line, I'm going to pick up the shade Medley, which is that purple that was kind of a matte with shimmer. And I'm going to buff that on my lower lash line. That's actually really pretty. It pairs beautifully with that purple shimmer. Back in with my big fluffy brush, no added shadow, just doing one final little blend. This looks so good. I'm pretty impressed, not gonna lie. Let me go ahead and do some liner. I'll be back and we'll test out our Sephora Size Up mascara. All right, let's test out this mascara. Such an interesting component. Big fluffy brush, interesting shape as well. These big fluffy brushes are my favorite. Let me go. So let's try her out. It's supposed to add length, volume, give us all the false lashes look. So here's one coat. It looks really good. It definitely gave me volume, which is what it's claiming. That's its main claim is volume. Actually, it says immediate supersized volume, 180% volume, and this is a vegan mascara. It definitely gave me volume, and I would say length as well. It is a little hard to use just because it's so small, but that's only because this is a sample one. I'm sure with the full size, it would be a much longer wand to hold on to. This looks really good though. Definitely gave me the volume that I want in a mascara. I'm gonna let this dry down just a second. Go ahead and do a second coat. There's 2 coats of the mascara. I really like it. I think it gave me a lot of length and a lot of volume. I do have fairly long natural lashes because I do use a lash serum, but this just enhanced it. I really like this mascara. I want to pick up the full size. I think I'm gonna grab it during the Sephora sale because I really like it. I just think it'll be a little bit easier to use in a larger size wand, but wow, my lashes are looking good, that's for sure. I am already dressed for the day. Let me go ahead and do a little something with my hair. I think I'm just gonna put her up and I'll be back and we'll talk about this testing new makeup. So here's the completed look for this massive testing new makeup. I absolutely love my look. I know you're wondering why I have purple eyeshadow on in a brown vest. My pants that I'm wearing have a little purple in them, so it's going to pair beautifully for my look for the day. But let's go over my first impression thoughts on this testing new makeup, starting with the Smashbox Photo Finish Primer. I actually like this more than I thought that I would. I was thinking it was going to make my skin really matte, and it didn't. It added hydration. My skin was a little bit dewy from it. I'm really excited to continue using this. The packaging of this is different than the one I'm used to that was clear, and I felt like that was a thicker consistency, but this says it's the original, so I don't know if those two are different. Maybe that's a matte pore filling. I don't know. All I know is I like this a lot more than I thought that I would, and I'm actually excited to continue using it. I also really like this sponge. I thought this performed really nice. I like the texture of this also more than I thought I would. Picked up any excess product, but didn't pick up my foundation, didn't pick up my cream products. I'm really excited to continue using this, and I'm happy to have this. This was something I wanted to pick up. The Poppy and Pout Lip Balm, this is nice. It's just your basic lip balm. It didn't give any hydration, it didn't give any shine or glow to the lips. I actually still have on the Glow Recipe. I didn't put any lip product on today, and I really like the Glow Recipe. I can see myself throwing this in my purse, maybe in my car, when I just want a balm, but I'm not looking for any shininess or glow to my lips. That's where this would come in. And like I said, this is what I still have on. It feels really good. If you want a your lips but better, just nice shine to your natural lips, this is a great product. And I can also see this being really great overnight to just really sink in and add in that hydration. The Moonslice Beauty brush, this was good for foundation. Like I said, I think it's better served for cream products like cream bronzer or cream blush, or honestly even powder products, because it isn't as dense of a brush as I like for foundation. I like it to not really move, just kind of pack in the foundation. I think the brush itself is really cute. It's soft, it performed nicely. You just have to find the right application method. You just have to find the right product for the brush application. I really liked this Smashbox Hot Stick Cream Blush. I am happy that it wasn't as purple as I thought it was going to be. It definitely had a little bit of a pink base to it. It blended out beautifully. It was pigmented on the skin, nice and creamy. This is not a shade I have, so I'm really excited to have a purple cream blush. And then the Danessa Myricks Yummy Skin Low Light. This is an interesting product. Like I said, it's very natural on the skin. I would call this a blush topper, and if you like a very, very natural highlight, you could use this as a highlighter. Once I applied my powder, you could kind of see it through the powder. Maybe on a no makeup day where you just want a wash of color, a little bit of glow to the skin, I may actually try that. I don't know how often I'll reach for this. I don't hate this product, but I guess I need to use it in different capacities to see kind of how I like it most. Honestly, I am now thinking the no makeup day and just tapping it on for a tiny wash of color, a little bit of glow is probably the way to go with this. Love the Sephora mascara. I'm definitely picking this up during the Sephora sale. I love a good affordable mascara. I will not buy high end. The e.l.f. Lash and Roll Mascara, I think it's $6. It's fantastic. Actually, it's right here. It's the mascara I've been using. I like this one just as much. I think these two are really, really good. I'll link the e.l.f. down below for you as well, but I'm 100% grabbing the size up during the sale. And then last but not least, the Moira Beauty Like a Melody palette. I like this. This performed really well. I have heard amazing things about Moira Cosmetics. They're an affordable brand, very pigmented. The pigmentation literally blew my mind on those. I couldn't believe one tap in and I had everything I ever needed and then some. The shimmers in this palette, they're nice. They're not that Seen from Space foiled shimmer that I love. This one is probably the prettiest one, the one we used as an inner corner. This is definitely more of a matte with a shimmer, like I said. So you're pretty limited on shimmers. It's really just these two. Those are the two I used today. I think my eye look turned out beautiful. I can definitely see myself reaching for this palette again. It's not going to be an everyday favorite palette of mine, but it performed really nicely and I'm excited to have a Moira palette in my collection. So that is everything in today's Testing New Makeup. Wow, we had a lot and we had a really good overall. This was a really, really good overall. I'm excited to try out some new brands. I'm revisiting brands I thought I didn't like that maybe I like more than I thought that I liked, finding new favorites. This was really, really good. Like I said, I'll have everything linked down below, discount codes. Thank you again for using my links. Let me know what you think of my look. If you have any of these products, what are your thoughts? Let me know down below. Thank you so much for watching. See you next time. Bye.